Tyler's excellent on top. Looks like Adrian's stalling down there. He's flat. There's that power half. And should see some swipes here. Got that half in pretty deep. Oh, no, yep, there it is. So now he's got a bar on the bag. You let it go. Gonna work back to the half. Oh, he's got it. He's turning him. This is imminent right here. Good job. No swipes. So 2 1s. 1-1.
That'll do it for the first period. Knox leading 3-0 over Mesa.
Little surprised the coaches didn't throw the brick there. Challenge that call. I thought he had at least 2 swipes.
Stanford, of course, most recent competition was at the Midlands. Back in 2024 at 133, Tyler Knox, the individual champion and the Dan Gable most outstanding wrestler at the Midlands last year.
What a prestigious tournament that is. Oh, he likes that roll. Tyler likes the side roll and elevator and all kind of tricky stuff on the mat underneath. Like Adrian felt that position and let him go.
Knox now with 4.
Tyler's so dangerous when you get in on his legs and when he's on top. I know Coach Ayers talks about him getting his own attacks more. He needs to do that to go to the next level. There's a shot, no setup. He's got that arm, which is stopping Adrian from, oh, nice, that was slick. Not a takedown yet, but he kept the arm that kept Adrian from going all the way around behind him. Now he's back into that crackdown high crotch he likes. Slip that arm across the hip again, and there's another 3-point takedown.
The takedown.
Very workmanlike.
You can hear the threes coming from the Stanford fans here at Maples.
See, Mesa's down there flat. His lower body's not moving. He's just trying to not get turned at this point. Tyler is dangerous with a half Nelson. Jeez. He's going to jump out. There it is. No swipes. No swipes. The referee is seeing what I'm seeing, that the man on bottom is not moving.
Second period in the books. Still a 7-point lead for Knox.
Whose choice was that? Was that Tyler that took neutral, or was that Mesa? I didn't see who got the first choice. I think Tyler took neutral there in the third period. Minute 50, third period. When Tyler gets down there in this front end bottom position or front headlock position, he just holds that wrist. It's almost like he's baiting his opponent to go around behind him, and then he's gonna trick him. I want to see that. Here it is again, the same position. He's grabbing that outside leg. He wants to roll over the top. Kind of a Kendall Cross-like score, where you bait the guy to go around, you grab the outside leg, and then you do a forward roll. Got to protect his knee and his ankle there. See, when his head goes down, that's when he starts losing scrambles. Got to keep his head up high. Oh, nice cast over by Mesa. He's wrestling here. These guys are in a predicament. Tyler should have the points here. He got his hips back on top, and there's that leg in. He's so comfortable in these positions.
Now in major decision territory.
Maybe too comfortable sometimes. He does a great job isolating his opponent's right leg, and he takes his left leg and puts it above the knee. Back in the day, they used to call that the Stanford bind. Coach Steve Buddy was real good at that. Just sort of stayed in the program. He's trying to really force that power half. Short time, he's got the major. If he jumps and punches, he can probably pin him right here. Really putting a lot of pressure on his elbow and his shoulder, geez. Adrian's tough, we know that.
Knox getting the victory by major decision.
11-0. Good win.
It's another 4 points for the Stanford Cardinal as a squad. First 2 matches are in the books. Cardinal leading 7-0 overall. What a first couple of matches we have seen, and we'll be back with the rest coming up next.
Nice finish.
A lot of young wrestling programs in the crowd here at Maples Pavilion to watch number 3 Iowa State and number 24 Stanford go at it, representing something that Coach Ayers talked about a lot is the activity in the community. And this Stanford team is now up 7-0 over Iowa State after the first couple of matchups. But for this one, for 141, Anthony Echemendia and Jack Consiglio. You're excited about this one, Brom.
Yeah, I'm really excited to watch Anthony Echemendia wrestle. This guy is so powerful. He's got a lefty single. He should be a contender to win a national title this March. This guy is strong.
The top 20 individual matchup, number 4 for Intermat rankings for Echemendia, number 17 for Consiglio. They met at the Cliff Keen Las Vegas Invitational earlier this season. Echemendia won by major decision 12-2 over Consiglio. A little bit of a rematch we're seeing for Coach Ayers and company.
Absolutely. The Stanford Cardinal team has done a great job reaching out to the community high school programs. They've sent their wrestlers out to do clinics and day clinics at high schools. It's been great. And you can see that that's done a lot to bring the fans out.
Not only head coach Chris Ayers, but his wife Lori is heavily involved as well on the board, a member for USA Wrestling, involved with the California Regional Training Center as well. They are a wrestling family. Their daughter graduated from Princeton, part of that wrestling program.
So Stanford just needs to keep it close here in this one. If they can get out of here without a major decision, I think that's a win.
And we talked a little bit about this point in the season. You know, it's after the new year, after the holidays, getting closer to that midpoint range. How important is it to manage their bodies, especially for a couple of ranked guys like these two?
Absolutely. Coaches, both coaches are being strategic about who they're wrestling this weekend. They got some guys dinged up. They want to make sure that they don't get worse at this point in the season. Echemendia already on the attack, moving forward. You can tell these guys know each other. He's strong in that front headlock. Trying to bring him all the way down to the mat. Jack is trying to stay on his feet. There's a knee tap attempt on the edge. Jack is actually ranked. You said he's ranked 20th is what I saw last. 20th in the country, so he's no scrub. I've seen him training with Daniel Cardenas quite a bit, so he's got a great workout partner. Nice re-attack. Echemendia. He's below the knee. Jack's doing a great job with his ankle whizzer here, trying to keep pressure on him. Oh, just reached across and collected the other leg. 3 points.
Early lead here for Echemendia. Got 6 bonus point wins on the season, 3-1 versus ranked opponents.
Consiglio got his legs back underneath him. Now he's working to his feet. Didn't look like Echemendia worked too hard to keep him down. Looking for another takedown this period.
Echemendia, one of 3 Cubans on the roster for Iowa State, actually trained with younger Bastida growing up.
Nice little go behind action. He grabbed the bottom wrist. This guy's tough. Already 6-1 with 30 seconds of riding time in the first period.
One of 10 wrestlers ranked individually for Iowa State. Not all 10 available today in the duel.
That's pretty doggone good to have 10 ranked wrestlers on one team.
Stanford was 7 on the other side.
There's that ankle ride again. Iowa State doing a great job controlling that ankle. Sometimes we call this a can opener. He's kind of forcing a cradle on the near side. He's got a tight waist too. Jack needs to get his ankle free. He needs to slide his ankle out of there and get his back straight and get his head up. So he's turning into that cradle. Did a good job grabbing the wrist. Comes a refinish. Nice job. He really controlled him on the mat there.
6-1 in favor of Echemendia.
Choice goes to Stanford. Stanford's choosing to defer. Echemendia is going to go on his feet.
You are particularly excited about this matchup, Brahman. What do you hope to see in the rest of it?
Well, this Echemendia, I just wanted to see him perform. He's so powerful. And he goes straight forward. He's obviously not concerned about Consiglio shooting on him. Yeah, he's been backing up the whole time. I'm surprised that's the first stalling call. There's his first shot of the match. He doesn't have a good lock on the leg. Echemendia doing a great job pushing the hips away. He can probably get into his counter offense sooner. Now he's in a front headlock. Last time he grabbed the bottom wrist. Now he's just grabbing the ankle, going to run the corner. He's just too strong. He's tried that rule a couple times now. Danger rule. I'm going to stalemate this.
Just over halfway through the second period.
Officials are taking a look there. I don't know if we have an injury on the mat. I think Jack got a little banged up.
Taking a moment.
Any stoppage can break the rhythm of the wrestler. Sometimes it favors the wrestler who can reset the quickest.
And how much does mental toughness play into that?
We just got to stay focused on what your game plan is. Okay? Use this time to get your heart rate back down. Think about what you're going to do next.
Take another look.
He was pulling up on that ankle pretty hard. Okay, back to action. Echemendia just taking ground in the center of the mat. Referees want to see you control the center. I wouldn't be surprised if Jack got hit with another stalling call. Well, there's an attack. So he needs to keep that arm from letting him get around behind, just like Tyler Knox did. Media's got his hand on the ankle. He should score here. There it is.
There's 3 more.
You just see the power of Echemendia. This guy's big for 141.
A 9-1 lead after the second period for Echemendia.
Cardinals' choice in the third period. And he's going to take top. Don't see that too often.
What do you think of that decision?
Well, I mean, what else is he going to do, right? He's got to give himself a chance to try to win the match, try to keep the match close. He hasn't come close on his feet. So he tried to throw both legs in right away, and Echemendia just stood up on him. Back down to the mat. Okay, give yourself a chance. He's got to stretch him out. He's got to stretch him out. Got to stretch him out. Got to arch your back. He's not arching his back enough. Got to arch your back. Back down to the mat. All right. So maybe he's going to look for a half like Tyler. Cardinal coach is not happy with that. We had both legs in and the guy flat.
Assistant coaches Patrick Bruckey, Sean Gray, Hayden Hidley for Stanford.
They had to stop it because of blood time. Anytime there's blood on the mat, they have to stop it.
Echemendia a little bit banged up, getting some cleaning done here in the center circle.
Again, this is a key match for the duel to try to keep it within reason for Stanford. If they get pinned or they give up a major decision, it's going to be very difficult for them to win. Iowa State's has the strength of their lineup is in the heavier weights. But with Elam out today at 197, who knows what can happen.
When we talked with Kevin Dresser, he said it's possible about 50% of the lineup might look a little bit differently than what we typically see from our 10 starters.
The freshman at 197 for Stanford is very talented. Anthony Posada. Been very impressed with this guy. He's a Poway guy. I watched him in the room quite a bit. Super talented young man.
Coach Ayer said he's as advertised, highly ranked recruit coming into Stanford, has been very impressed with him.
Yeah, he does some cool stuff on the mat. Okay, back to action here.
Yep, getting ready. He's 8-1 on the season, 44-11 overall.
That's Posada?
That's Echemendia.
Echemendia. False start there on the bottom man. You get 2 free ones. Coach Dresser talking about the Stanford wrestler pushing in or rolling in on the start. That's illegal. You can't push into him. He's trying to suck him back into his lap. There, you got that leg in. He's going for it. That's his only hope here to try to win this match. You got to stretch him out again. He's got back into the position he wants to be in. Double boots underneath both arms. He's got to stretch him out, arch his back. Okay, we're calling locked hands. Calling locked hands. He went underneath both arms and locked his hands under the chest. That's a locked hands call. Easy peasy. Here we got another break. I think more blood. So in that situation, the Stanford wrestler put both boots in or both legs in, and he's trying to break the man flat by pulling his arms up and arching his back. As he went under both arms, he actually locked his hands in inadvertently to try to get more leverage on pulling the guy up. Referees were right there to call it.
10-1 in favor of Echemendia as he gets cleaned up. Just over a minute remaining here in the third period. The first ranked matchup that we have seen so far today.
Right. This is one that the Cyclones expect to win, and they need to win. Again, Jack is trying to pull him back in his lap. Now he got both boots in. I'm surprised that he's letting those legs come in like that. Fell off the top, back on his feet.
Gets the point on the escape.
Now, if Jack gets a takedown, he can avoid the major decision. But he hasn't really come close to scoring on Echemendia yet.
30 seconds.
30 seconds remain.
Is he going to finish this? Got to stand up with that leg. 10 seconds. Solid win, 12-1. No, 11-1, no writing time.
11-1, Echemendia by major decision over Jack Consiglio for the second time this season. That is the 9th win on the year for Echemendia. Also won by major decision at the CKLV 12-2 earlier this season.
That guy's cutting some weight.
What were you most impressed by for Echemendia?
Just his power. He's huge for 141. He's super strong. He controls the center of the mat. Now here's my guy, Aiden and Still Valencia. One of the most exciting wrestlers in the country. Easily one of the most exciting wrestlers on the Stanford Cardinal team. I love watching this guy train. You go in the room, he's the only kid that's choosing to work out with Coach Hidley all the time.
Aiden Valencia ranked in the top 15 for Intermat, going up against Jacob Frost, a top 5 ranked wrestler.
This is
in
a big
149.
match. Big match. We didn't see Evan Frost, the younger, not younger, they're actually twins, the smaller of the two Frosts.
Jacob Frost moving up a weight class, was an All-American, placed 7th last year in the NCAAs at 141.
These are two tough guys right here. Aiden doing a good job. There's that shot.
Valencia, ACC Wrestler of the Week back on November 11th. A career high in terms of ranked wins, winning against number
Nice.
2, 149.
Aiden's got a lot of little cute misdirection shots and setups where he comes in from awkward angles. He's really good. Controlling the head with that collar tie. Frost is right there.
These two also faced each other in the CKLV earlier this season. Frost won by decision over Valencia 4-3.
Close match. Minute 30 in, Frost is yet to take an attack. Both guys just battling for inside position. Aiden's controlling that lefty collar. Nice re-attack. Stand up with it. Stand up with it. Stand up with it. You're not going to finish if you stay down. You got to stand up with that leg. Here he comes up, building up. He's already got him in a standing split. Frost trying to get that whizzer in there. Aiden's got great position here. He should finish this. It's hard to take a good wrestler down with a single leg. These guys got balance, they got defense. Oh, nice. What a finish.
Just as you said that, 3 points.
What a finish. That could be the match right there, that one takedown. So he's keeping his toe in to extend the time and try to kill that period. And they're going to wait for both wrestlers to be completely out of the cylinder before they stop the match. Okay, 32. I know he's going to try to keep him down here best he can. This tripod stand-up off the bottom has become so popular in college wrestling.
Why is that?
Because it's just hard to explode up and get your hips out. So this is a way to get to your feet and sort of circle your hips away. And it's harder to break somebody down from a tripod. I guess it would be a quad pod. They drop into the ankle, they're going to start counting. Okay, got away.
Escape point on the board.
Well, that was key for Frost to stay in this match. Nice. Nice. Keep wrestling.
A competitive first period. 3-1 advantage for Valencia.
Aiden is focused. He wants this one.
Talked about it's a rematch. It was a close one last time with the 4-3 in the end. Now on home turf here at Maples Pavilion.
Frost chooses the down position. Aiden goes right side ride to start. It's going to be hard to keep this guy down. He's on his feet. 3-2.
Of note that Valencia's older sister Nyla wrestled at Iowa, so already rooting for your brother, but have a little bit of extra motivation to root against the rival in Iowa State.
Nice collar tie. Aiden's laser beam focused right now. Got to keep that pace up. That's what sets Aiden apart, is that pace and that competitiveness he has.
Off that clear, there's a double, Aiden, off that clear.
Oh, there it was. Okay, Frost is putting a couple attacks together. Aiden's going to have to answer. Oh, nice. That was so cool. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's got to get underneath the leg. In the crotch lift position. Oh, we're rolling. Okay, that might be danger rule. Uh-oh. Frost knows what he's doing here. He's keeping the weight back. Now he's trying to slip his ankle out of there. Aiden's got to hold on to that. He's in a predicament. If he can clear that wrist, see how long this referee lets this go. This is a potential stalemate. There it is, okay. Protecting the athletes there, good thing.
12 seconds left here in the second period.
12 seconds.
Frost is yet to break Aiden's head-hands defense. Okay,
Frost cuts the lead a bit. Still 3-2 advantage Valencia.
third period, Aiden's going down. Try to extend this lead. See St. John over there in the corner telling Frost to hit his high crotch. I wouldn't be surprised if Frost chooses to cut Aiden right away to give himself a chance. He needs more time to get the takedown. If he waits to the end, Aiden's going to get out. There's not going to be enough match left. So he's cutting him right now. Only rode him for about 15, 20 seconds there. Nice reshot. Wow, that was nice. Aiden, got to stay focused, buddy. Got to stay focused. He's still wrestling. Got to that lock. That saved him. Can't let Frost step over his legs. Frost, he went the other way. Now he's got a hip heist out of that. Got to stuff it. This is that reverse leg. Aiden's good at this position. Just talking with Daniel Cardenas about this position the other day. He should take his hips over the guy's head to score. Aiden can get up from there and pick that leg straight up. He's trying to get a stalemate right now. The referees are letting this go. He got a stalemate. He's in that reverse leg a lot, where you're not on the single leg the right way. Your arms are reversed. He's going for that high crotch. He's going for it. Aiden's going to give up a stalling call here. One more attack, he's going to get called. Don't shut down.
45 seconds.
Oh. There's the call. He needs more than a stalling call to win this match, though. This would be huge for the duel and huge for Aiden individually. Stay in there, buddy. Stay in there. Stalling call against Valencia.
4-3.
1 point match. Oh, he's
5
almost.
seconds.
Oh, well. They could have called that.
Valencia does it. The crowd on their feet here at Maples. Valencia with the redemption wins by decision over Frost 4-3.
That was some great wrestling. High-level wrestling right there.
3 of the first 4 matches have gone the way of the Stanford Cardinal.
Aiden the Animal Valencia. That guy's an animal.
Take another look. The strategy here. Valencia getting the victory after losing earlier on to Jacob Frost. Stanford up 10-4 overall after the 4th match. The first 4 matches have not disappointed. Provo and Knox getting the wins overall for the Cardinal. Valencia doing the same just now. Echemendia for Iowa State in between there by major decision to get Iowa State on the board. And now the 5th matchup of the night, 157, Kane Noctiborn and Daniel Cardenas, another ranked wrestler in this lineup for Stanford.
We were expecting All-American versus All-American here with Vinny Zerban coming from the Cyclones to wrestle Daniel Cardenas. That was going to be one heck of a match. These guys have wrestled twice before. I think both came down to sudden victory, with Vinny Zerban winning both matches. So I know Daniel was hyped about this match, and but he's not going to get to see Vinny today.
Zerban got the win by decision over Cardenas, 7-5 in the CKLV. But now Noctiborn getting an opportunity. His brother Tate also on the roster for Iowa State. One of 3 sets of brothers. You mentioned the Frost twins earlier. Noctiborns and the Helgesons, the
Yes.
2 other sets.
He's got a brother, Tate Noctiborn, on the team. Actually, my son wrestled Tate when they were like 8th graders. So what a coincidence.
Noctiborn's out of Marion, Iowa.
This is a match that Stanford needs and expects to win if they're going to win this duel. Daniel Cardenas is an All-American, 2-time qualifier, one of the hardest workers on the team.
Finished 4th at the NCAAs back in 2024.
Very solid attacks, very strong, good defense.
2023 Pac-12 Newcomer of the Year and Champion. Before the realignment, now in the 2nd season in the ACC.
Watching Daniel and Aiden Valencia train in the room is such a treat. These guys go hard.
And you said they train a lot together.
Oh, yeah. There's Daniel snap. Noctiborn is long and lanky, kind of funky, doing a good job blocking with his head. Daniel's got to use his power on this guy. Oh, got to watch that. Tried to do like almost like a wizard kick and then roll with it. Unsuccessful on the edge.
Noctiborn earned his 2nd career dual victory against Lehigh earlier this season.
Cyclones wrestle Arizona State next. I think coach is holding some guys out so they're healthy for that duel as well.
That's going to kick off Big 12 action for the Iowa State Cyclones. It's actually starting a 10-day road trip for the Cyclones here at Stanford on the West Coast. They'll go to Arizona, they'll go to Fargo after that before heading home to Ames.
Daniel's got to open this guy up. Noctiborn kind of playing the edge a little bit. Real defensive. There's that shot. Lefty swing single. Got the corner right away. Nice lift. Wow. That was explosive. Well timed and explosive.
A takedown for 3 points.
I grabbed Daniel's arm the other day when I went in the room. It felt like a rock. A rock. Guy's in great shape.
Rock of the team, let's put it that way.
32 seconds here. He wants to stay on top, finish the period on top. Coach Ayers' influence with the legs, I'm starting to see it more this year, where the team is starting to use more leg rides, more leg counters, and Ayers is all about using his legs.
Coach Ayers again in his 3rd season, leading Stanford.
Got to stretch him out there. Short time.
That'll do it for the first period, a 3-0 lead for Cardenas. What went so well for him to start?
Just holding position, staying solid, finishing tough.
On the flip side, what does Noctiborn have to do here in the second period?
I'm going to assume he's going to try to put legs on Daniel. This is his opportunity to equalize this match. Usually when you see a long guy like that, they probably ride the legs. They're probably good at scrambling. There's that leg comes in, left side. And Daniel's on his hip right now. Trying to suck him back a little bit. Daniel's really explosive. This guy's in trouble now, starting to slide off. I think the reverse is imminent. There it is. He's got a bottom leg Turk now already. So he's got that leg hooked. He wants to drive forward, cross face, and capture the far shoulder to put Noctiborn on his back.
2 more points with the reversal.
Put his fist right underneath his face and turn his head. Should elevate that foot a little more. He gave up the Turk. Got a minute left. Coach is saying cut him. He was just 2 seconds short of riding time. I'm surprised they didn't want to keep him down for 2 more seconds just to secure that riding time. 1 more takedown, he'll get it back. Lefty high crotch. Nice, elevating that bottom leg right to his back. He should pin him here. Caught that far shoulder.
I'll take 3 points instead.
Got a stoppage. Looks like an equipment stoppage. He broke his headgear.
I'll swap it out over there with head coach Chris Ayers.
I don't see that too often. So I'm sure the Iowa State coaches are telling them how to stop the bleeding. How do they stop the scoring from Daniel? How do you protect yourself on the bottom? So a lot of strategy happens in these short breaks.
Noctiborn 11-2 record.
Derek St. John, national champion for the Cyclone coaching staff. He was really good with the scrambling and legs as well.
National champ back in 2013. Multiple national championships among that coaching staff.
He won it twice, I believe. He beat the great Jason Welch in the finals. Daniel's so physical. Got his hands right there. Great positioning. Nice go behind. One way, then the other way.
Tack on another 3 for Cardenas.
Takes a look at the scoreboard. Sees it's short time. He's going to ride out the period. Great job.
A 9-point lead.
Dresser was very concerned about putting Vinny Zurban back out there with Daniel again. That's too hard of a match to have right now. He hasn't wrestled a live match since the last time Daniel and him wrestled.
I was back at the CKLV again. Zurban with the 7-5 victory, and actually 157. That was what Coach Ayers. That was assuming Vinny Zurban was going to be going head-to-head with Cardenas. He said that's the one to keep an eye on.
For sure. It's getting easy now. Noctiborn giving up those points a lot easier now.
Back-to-back 3 points to add.
Go ahead and get that tech fall for the team. Nice shot, lefty single leg.
Technical fall comes when you lead by at least 15.
There it is.
There it is. 20-5. Cardenas wins by technical fall over Noctiborn. A decisive victory to give Stanford 5 more points.
The crowd is showing great appreciation for Daniel Cardenas. One of the leaders of the program.
Again, a crowd that was fired up to show up for this Big 12 ACC clash.
First time I've seen a wrestler on the billboard across from Town and Country.
Yep.
Right there on University Ave. Daniel Cardenas.
The first 5 matches in the duel. The top 25 duel between Iowa State and Stanford are in the books. We're now going to have an exhibition match. This is very exciting, between two top senior level women's wrestlers in the U.S. They both train at the California Regional Training Center. Solon Piercy, the 4-time All-American, 2-time collegiate national champion, and 3-time World Teams Trial qualifier.
Now this is going to be a different style of wrestling for you wrestling fans. These girls are going to wrestle freestyle, which is why they brought a different official out. It's different rules, it's international wrestling rules. Women actually wrestle freestyle in college now. So no more folk style for the women on college level and up.
On the other side, Alex, the Pan Am champion, U23 World Bronze winner, 2025 USA World Freestyle team member out of Oakland, California.
Some powerful women.
We talked earlier about how the Stanford program is so involved in the community. Head coach Chris Ayer's wife, Lori, executive director for the California Regional Training Center, USA Wrestling National Board member, also co-founded D1 Women's Wrestling back in 2020, has been behind the push to grow women's wrestling.
For sure, this match would not be happening without Lori.
And the experience to gain in front of a crowd like this as well, invaluable.
These girls have been on the big stage before, I think. But definitely some great experience to be gained wrestling in front of a huge crowd. There was a point given there because there was a push out. So in freestyle, if you push your opponent out of the cylinder, that's a point. In folk style, it's just a stalling, which is basically half of a point. There's an attack.
Crowd here at Maples engaged. Solon Piercy in the blue.
She's in the blue. Piercy's doing most of the work in terms of shooting. It's a lot of hand fighting, jockeying for position. There's a good shot. She got her laces flat though. Pretty easy for the other athlete to stop her. Pushing on the hips. It's a quick stalemate, back on their feet.
Extending the lead to 2.
Both of those points are for step outs, not any offensive technique. There you go. There's a good shot. Finally some action here. Good double leg. Great setup. Posted the elbow, shot a double leg. Finished clean. So now the strategy is a little different on the mat in freestyle. They try to stay flat to not get turned, and then the referee puts them back up if there's no action. So they get about 10, 15 seconds to turn their opponent. If there's no turn imminent, they put both the wrestlers back up on their feet.
Both wrestlers taking a quick break. There's Alex over with Stanford staff on the sideline. Mentioned Sean Gray.
Sean Gray, coaching her up.
He was on staff at Princeton for 12 seasons with Chris Ayers prior to coming to the farm.
Sean does a great job in the room. He's real motivational with the athletes.
Virginia Tech alum, part of the Hall of Fame, all-time win and pins leader during his day.
I believe he was a two-time All-American as well. These girls are jockeying for position, lots of hand fighting, content to stay in that head-to-head position. To get to your opponent's legs, you got to get past their head and their hands defense. Your head is your first line of defense in wrestling. Piercy kind of just holding that collar. Alex taking ground. That was a good shot on the edge. There's a push out. She's controlling the action right now. The crowd is kind of subdued. Hopefully these girls can give us some more action. See another double leg like that. There's a good shot. Down to the mat, her head's down. Anytime her head goes in the middle, down like that, it's going to be very difficult to score. Especially when her opponent gets her hips all the way back and blocks those hips. Great job hand fighting by Alex, putting that head in motion, passing elbows, controlling the Russian tie. I guess we've changed the name in America. We don't want to give it to the Russians, so we're going to call it a 2-on-1. 2-on-1. Again, laces flat. Head's in the middle. Not going to score there. Now she's in danger to get chest locked. One minute.
Talked about how important growing women's wrestling is to head coach Chris Ayers and his family. Their daughter, Chloe, as mentioned before, part of the wrestling class at Princeton for 2025. He said she graduated this past spring, and now she's working in New York, but she really misses wrestling.
I bet. Pressure forward. She's got an underhook with that right hand. Taking ground.
30 seconds.
Piercy looked like she was going for a throw there on the edge. Got the crowd excited momentarily. Short time.
20 seconds. Stanford staff getting the fans riled up on their feet. As time runs out. Solon Piercy and Alex Glode getting the victory here in the exhibition. Well, what a first 5 matches we have seen between Iowa State and Stanford. What an exhibition we just saw from the senior level women's wrestlers for USA. 15-4 in favor of Stanford right now as we head to the second half of this duel. back here in Maples Pavilion, Stanford with the lead overall, 15-4 over the visiting Iowa State. The first 5 matches, first 2 taken by Stanford, the last 2 taken by Stanford. Echemendia from Iowa State winning by major decision 11-4 in the 3rd match of the day. But the Cardinals so far looking confident on their home turf.
Well, this next match at 165 was set up to be a really good swing match. It was supposed to be Hunter Garvin, All-American for Stanford. He was ranked 5th in the country, versus who was no, this wasn't the key match. This was one that we were set to win. But Hunter's not going to wrestle because he's injured. So we got Zach Hansen going instead of Hunter, and he's going to wrestle Aiden Riggins from ISU.
So Connor Uten, typically who we see, he's ranked in the top 20 in Intermat rankings. He is actually not available today for Iowa State. It will be the junior Aiden Riggins out of Janesville, Iowa. He is 8-4 on the season in D1 matchups with 5 bonus point victories. He's going to be taking on Zach Hansen, as you mentioned, the redshirt sophomore. He's 5-5 on the year.
Yeah, Zach has been kind of a journeyman for the Cardinal. He's gone whatever weight they need. He's gone up, he's gone down in weight, but he was a Fargo champ in high school. He's a redshirt sophomore now, so he's got a lot of potential.
At 165 pounds for the Cyclones, ranked number 18, Connor Uten. And for your Cardinal, Zach.
And check that, Connor Uten at 165 will wrestle for Iowa State.
Okay.
Ranked number 18 in the Intermat rankings. He did suffer a high ankle sprain in the Cyhawk duel earlier this season, came back against Ohio State. He is going to get that opportunity today. We weren't sure coming into this.
Well, Coach Dresser told me that the other guy was going, so this is a game time decision.
We talked about the strategy. You don't have to decide till the wrestlers are literally there on the mat. Trailing behind right now in the duel, and now we're underway.
Nice underhook by Zach. Coming right out and being aggressive. Yep. Zach back in with that underhook on the right side. Connor looks like a really strong 165 pounder. He pulled him down pretty easy there. Oh, nice ankle pick. That was a good attempt. Looks like Hunter Garvin might be out for a little while. He's got a pretty severe ankle sprain. It's been great to have him in the lineup today for the Cardinal. This Connor Uten's wearing a pretty heavy knee brace on his left knee. 2 high crotches in a row. Second one works. Right to a Navy ride. He's got an arm Turk. He's going to pull that top shoulder back. Oh, Zach doing a good job getting his leg through. Big lift.
That's what we thought, but they announced Connor.
Now he's got a tight waist and a near wrist. Hansen is flat. Tried to cut and cradle, a near side cradle, showing his strength.
Hansen earns the point. Sitting at 3-1.
This Uten spent some time in the weight room. Hand fighting really well. He's transitioning his tie from the collar to the underhook. Oh, that was nice. Finish that. So he had kind of a failed near arm far leg attempt and then came right back with a reshot. Drove through, got the guy down.
Another 3 points.
Short time here. I'm sure he's going to want to finish the period on top. Seen Zach put his head on the mat a couple times now. That's not a good sign. Got over a minute of riding time and 2 takedowns.
That'll do it for the first period. 6-1 advantage for Uten. What do you think was working well for Connor?
He's just so much stronger than Zach. I can just tell. He's just way more physical of an athlete than Zach. Very workmanlike, closes the gap, gets to the leg. Right to his feet here. Zach had no top pressure there. Controlling that collar tie. After watching Iowa State for a while, I've noticed that they're on that collar tie a lot more than they have been in the past. I feel like they're trying to emulate some of the things that Penn State is doing. Using the collar tie to flow to ankles, counter offense, snapping with it.
That's a top-ranked Penn State squad.
Now, Penn State didn't invent the collar tie, but they do it better than everybody.
Actually, the most recent duel that Stanford participated in was against Penn State. It was a tough shutout, 42-0 in Nashville.
Nothing. Yeah, that was bad. But with all those losses, there were still some good takeaways from that duel. I thought Daniel Cardenas had a great match against P.J. Duke in that duel. Showed he can wrestle with him.
Yeah, that ended 5-2 at 157.
And Aiden Valencia, even his loss versus Shane Van Ness. Shane Van Ness is like one of the best wrestlers at any weight in the country. And I thought Aiden did a great job staying in there with him.
Both of those losses by decision, not like it was a huge spread.
Connor is choosing to let Zach Hansen go. Instead of cutting him, they just show the referee and then they start him in the neutral position. That's Zach's first point of this match. He's back on that right-handed underhook. At least when he's there, Connor's not scoring. Let's do a little better job defending his legs.
Tack on 3 more for Uten.
So they're looking to get a tech fall here.
There's 7 seconds remaining here in the second period.
Another disappointing person that's not going to wrestle today is Lorenzo Norman's out of the lineup at 174. Another crowd favorite, one of the Stanford's go-to guys and one of their leaders. Again, he's a little banged up. Coach is trying to make sure he's ready for the stuff that really counts.
Both coaches talked about how important high-level competition is in terms of preparation, but taking care of your bodies, definitely the highest priority.
There's that righty underhook again. He's shooting off of it, but Connor's doing a great job countering that. He went one way, and then he went the other way there.
Another takedown.
Back on the head. This is sort of vintage Iowa Hawkeye style right here.
Riding time, nearly 2.5 minutes.
Pushing and snapping. Get a go behind here. Zach's got to square with him. He's got to not give up that angle so easy. He's peeling hands. He's got his hand on the ankle. That's going to be 3. And that's a tech once he gets this takedown. (19-4). Officially, it's going to be 20-4 with 2 minutes and 27 seconds of riding time. That's a lot of riding time.
Connor Uten wins this one by technical fall over Zach Hansen from Stanford. That's a big one. 5 points added for Iowa State. They are up to 9, still trailing Stanford here as we're through 6 matches with 4 remaining. And we're already underway here at 174.
So this was one of the matches that I was looking forward to the most. If we had the starters in the lineup, we would have had Lorenzo Norman at rank number 12 versus MJ Gatan at number 11 for the Cyclones. What a match that was going to be. These guys are like box office wrestlers. Both of them are high flyers, lots of action, lots of skill. That was going to be a great match. But they're both out of the lineup today, so we have Colin Guffey and Aiden Riggins for Iowa State.
So Riggins, we mentioned, it was a possibility. He has wrestled at 165 before, so it was a chance that he may have stepped in for Uten, but going to go at 174 here. Took fourth at the CKLAV earlier this year. Guffey, a redshirt freshman.
In this Iranian waterfall position.
Aiden Riggins, a junior out of Janesville, Iowa. Spent 2 seasons at Iowa before making the move to Iowa State. That's quite a decision.
Wow. He's got that bottom leg hooked now. He's in this, what we call the answer. Kind of a bottom leg Turk. He's got to push the top knee off and get his head through. And there's 3.
3 goes up. First points on the board.
He should be driving through that position now.
Riggins has 5 bonus point victories this season.
With no pressure there, Colin Guffey was easily able to get back to his feet.
He'll snag the point. 3-1.
A lot of holding right now. Want to catch yourself holding and wrestle through the position, not hold it. Guffey's a California kid. Went to Granite Hill High School.
Alpine, California, his hometown.
He was a state champion, California state champion.
First period in the books. Riggins leading 3-1 over Guffey.
Guffey likes to scramble, so let's see what he does here on the bottom. Trying to work for that tripod initially, or that quad pod. Riggins is over the arm there, but he's in decent position behind that left leg. Guffey gets back to his feet. Stay on your feet. There's a hip ice. Nice escape.
Escape point for Guffey. Head coach Kevin Dresser is locked in. And he had said, he told us, could be 50% of the lineup that looks different today. And he called it, I think it's going to be a barn burner here at Maples Pavilion today.
Well, this is definitely one of the matches that Iowa State needs to win the duel. Okay, if he can step over that leg and get his hip around the shoulder, he can get a takedown here. No, now he's split. When your legs are split, it's like you're going to give up the takedown most of the time. You can't let him split your legs like that. He's going for that same bottom leg Turk that he did before on the first takedown. This must be his position. He's got to get that right arm through. There's 3. Turn your hips down, and there's a takedown. Guffey's still got the lock in the crotch, is why they haven't given it yet. No points, no points. No points.
Stanford fans liking the fight they're seeing from Guffey.
Tremendous core strength to keep his legs back from letting his legs get hooked. Colin really hasn't been able to get to a dominant tie to be able to do anything offensive on his feet. Now he's in a front headlock. Doesn't look like he's super comfortable here in this position.
A tight one here at 174. We sit at 3-2 in favor of Riggins.
Looked like there was some little bit of debate there from the corner. The corner's telling him to go neutral. He's like, I want to go down. They're like, go neutral. So maybe they're not totally comfortable with him on the bottom.
What do both wrestlers need to do here in this last period?
Well, they both need to score. I mean, this is a really close match. I'm actually very surprised that Iowa State told their wrestler to go neutral. I mean, Guffey hasn't shown much as far as being an offensive threat to him. So why wouldn't you take that free point and go down? And now you'd be ahead 4-2 as opposed to 3-2. But he's in on a shot. If he gets this takedown, pretty much going to ice the match. I don't know what changed there, but he gave the 3. Very similar situation that they were in on the edge of the mat.
Key takedown points there for Riggins. Over a minute of riding time.
Guffey's doing a lot of just holding on. He's got to not go to his back here. If he gets majored, that's going to be really bad for the Cardinal.
4-point lead now for Riggins.
Riggins needs to elevate that bottom leg, cross face, and drive to the far shoulder and pull that shoulder under as he drives him to his back. Guffey should be crawling out of that thing, getting his legs back together. He's got to crawl forward and unsplit his legs. Short time here. They're stalling on the bottom.
15 seconds.
It's never a good look.
10 seconds.
Oh, see?
Tack on another one for Guffey.
No, yeah, for Guffey. I think that was unsportsmanlike is why he gave it to him. Or maybe some sort of, I'm not sure what he's telling them there.
6 seconds remain here in the third period.
Some sort of penalty point.
Eight to 3, the final score with riding time. Riggins getting the victory by decision over Guffey. More points for Iowa State. They still trail Stanford. And we will move on to the last 3 matches. The first 7 have not disappointed. Well, get your popcorn ready. These kids know what they're doing. It's a close one, 15-12. Stanford over Iowa State in this duel. 7 matches in the books, 3 more coming up. 184 is up next, and it's going to be Isaac Dean from Iowa State, ranked number 13, against Abraham Wojciechowicz, the sophomore for Stanford.
This is one where Iowa State is heavily favored. They did do some damage control for Stanford. Abe is 8-8 on the season. He's a redshirt sophomore.
Illinois native. Isaac Dean, 9-4 on the season. One of 6 transfers on the roster this year for the Cyclones. Spent 4 years at Rider before making his way to Ames. Dean didn't start wrestling until 8th grade.
Oh, wow.
Has made his way all the way here to Maples Pavilion. NCAA qualifier last year. Also the MAC champion during his time at Rider.
Little equipment break. Match is just starting, so not many adjustments to make yet. Look like they were both just locking up, starting to feel each other out. You would think that these college guys would have their headgear situation figured out by this point in the season, but stuff happens.
It's a new year, new adjustments. And we're back underway.
Isaac Dean got a really strong left leg lead. Back on that collar. Really smooth shot to the outside, left-handed. Got his head down though. They're gonna stop that. The angle on that knee. Letting it go. There's a stalemate. Stalemate's when neither wrestler could improve. Sometimes the referees call it to protect the wrestlers.
Isaac Dean, 9-4 so far this season, 25-9 overall. Last year at Rider, 13-3 in duels with 6 bonus point victories. Almost doubled his total in wins from the prior season where he had 13.
But he's in a better program now. He got better coaching, taking advantage of his talent. Djokovic with a nice fireman's carry. Got the no takedown yet. You got to wrestle all the way through those positions. He should have had that.
And that woke the crowd up here at Maples Pavilion.
And this is the first brick that's been thrown all day. So the coaches from Stanford are going to challenge that call that they got a takedown there, which I think they might win this challenge. They got enough reaction time to, I think, award the 3 points. Some of these referees, you got to be beyond reaction time. Let's see what it looks like. Nice fireman's carry, right-handed, got him on his hip. Control. Oh, that's close.
Stanford is challenging that there was a takedown.
Do you think it's enough to potentially overturn?
Boom, right there. I think that's 3. Once his knees turned down, but Isaac Dean turned so hard and hip heisted back to his feet. Actually did a hip heist from the mat all the way back to his feet. That shows his level of talent.
Smart choice, you think, by the Stanford staff to throw the brick?
They haven't thrown it all day. Why not? And this is a match where they're going to need it and give their athlete the best chance. Yeah, I think it's really, really close. This is about angles. This is about inches. No matter the call, the wrestlers still have to finish the job.
After further review, the ruling on the mat is upheld. There is no takedown.
No takedown.
Stanford loses its challenge.
So like I said before, it's got to be beyond reaction time.
The original call on the mat upheld. Still scoreless here. Minute 21 in the first period remain.
Which that was huge for the Stanford wrestler. If he could have got that 3 points, that gives him a much better chance to keep this within striking distance.
How does stoppage like that to do the video review affect the wrestlers physically and mentally?
They have to stay focused. They have to calm themselves down, but not get to where they're not ready to go again, and take the instruction from their coaches. You don't want to give too much instruction on those breaks. Very simple, some cues, get them back in the right mindset. There's that good lefty single again. Gets a little stretched out when he does that.
Scoreless. About 2.5 minutes into this first period.
Abraham's doing a good job staying in position. He's not really taking a lot of risk. That carry was the only shot that he took so far that he's taken. He's content to stay in that low square stance. He's not going to get a lot of offense from that stance, but by the same token, he's not going to give up a lot of points staying in that position. Right now, if I was coaching Isaac Dean, I would be like, hey, turn up your intensity. You're a little too casual. You got 3 minutes, no takedown.
Nothing on the board yet after the first period. So far, Wujukovic hanging in there.
Yeah, he is. He's doing what the team needs him to do, keeping this thing close. Trying to suck him back. Watch the hip ice. You got to watch out when you do that. It's not a good idea to pull guys on top of yourself.
First points of this one for
Just
Dean.
Hip iced and turned and covered. And you only get 2 points for a reversal. You don't get 3 like you do for a takedown. Well, there's some good action.
2 for Dean, 1 on the escape for Wujukovic.
I can tell Isaac Dean has got some stuff. He's looking for some misdirections to show on one side, go the other way. He just did a great job of pulling the guy's head down and grabbing the leg. This is the second time he's gone to this head down position, making it harder for him to score. He's got to drive forward. He's got to drive forward and drive his knee forward, and there's your takedown. Don't let your foot get controlled. He's got to keep his knee. There should be a takedown right there. Step over the legs and cross face him off. He's got basically a reverse leg. I don't know why they haven't given points here. This is a takedown for sure. He's going to go to his back here.
Cyclones
nothing
were yelling
changed.
for it.
Nothing changed there, and he gave the 3 points.
Finally threw up the 3. 5-1 in favor of Dean. The escape point for Wujukovic.
I can see how immensely talented this Isaac Dean guy is. He's just not really intense enough right now. He's leaving a lot of points on the board.
Both coaches talked about, of course, doing the scouting as the second period comes to an end, 5-2 in favor of Dean. There's a bit of scouting, but they distill it down for the athletes, and the athletes are really focused on doing what they do best. You're almost in competition with yourself, they both talked about.
Yeah, absolutely. This is an individual sport. Every match is going to be different. There's an open skill. I could wrestle the same guy 10 times. It's going to be different every time. But I know the coaches are encouraging the guys to scout their opponents a little bit. You want to know something about your opponent.
Balance like anything else.
Okay, close match here. It's a takedown match. So that was a beautiful shot. Again, his head's down. Got to stand up with that leg. So he's content to try to stay down there and just chase the far leg. But he could have scored 5-6 seconds ago now if he'd have just stood up and chased the far leg down.
All 3 points for Wujukovic have been the escape.
Now he comes up. Going back down the mat. It's a bad decision. You're giving the guy a chance. Get it. A nice scramble on the edge. In that same position, basically with not a reverse leg, but he's locked around the leg. Now he's got the low leg. Not going to score now. Again, I think this Isaac Dean guy is pretty talented, but he's a guy that can definitely get upset.
Stanford fans on their feet, cheering on Wajukovic to do just that. Again, Dean ranked number 13 by Intermat at 184.
That's a good shot. Near arm far leg. He released the arm, went to the leg, but Dean already has him stretched out.
Stanford bench on their feet.
They should call stalling on Dean. He's just holding the leg.
15 seconds.
He's not trying to improve. He's content to take this 5-3 victory. Man.
He'll do just that by the skin of his teeth.
I'm sure the Iowa State coaches are not happy with that. That's a win for the Cardinal, because that should have been a major decision.
Dean wins by decision 5-3 over Wajukovic. Add a few more points. We're tied up at 15 overall for these teams.
When you have a transfer coming to your program, sometimes it takes them a little while to catch up to the culture and the coaching staff and the expectations.
Coming up next at 197, a highly touted freshman, Angelo Posada, for Stanford. On Iowa State's side, CJ Carter will step in today's lineup.
Now, Posada is so talented. I've seen him in the room a couple times. I'm like, who is that guy? He's a California State champion. He's from Poway. The coaches are very excited about this guy. This was supposed to be him versus All-American and number 2 ranked Rocky Elam. But Rocky is on a load management, coach says. Kind of like NBA basketball. Wants to make sure he's well rested for the end. There's a good shot by Posada. Again, you got to stand up with that leg. There's a great example of what I'm just talking about. In college wrestling, if you try to stay down on the mat like you would in high school and finish down low, you almost never finish. The guys that make the decision to stand up with the leg right away, they almost always finish.
You mentioned Rocky Elam too. He's 10-0 on the year, transferred from Mizzou, a 6th year. Coach Dresser talked about how they knew going into the season that management was going to be important. So CJ Carter getting that opportunity.
I think this was something they even discussed as he transferred from the other school he was at. That he's going to need some time at Christmas break and winter break, and wants to be fresh for the Nationals.
Carter, the junior out of Glenwood, Iowa, 7-2 on the season. Actually came from Iowa Western Community College, 2024 JUCO national champion.
Boy, Iowa Western has a history of putting out great wrestlers into the Division I, Division II ranks. So I'm sure he's been well coached. He looks like a strong athlete.
Posada on the other side took 5th. The CKLV at 197 earlier this season.
Which is really, really good for a true freshman.
He did lose to Rocky Elam, who ultimately won the tournament at 197. Coach Ayers said it was almost like another duel against Iowa State with so many of those matchups at that invite.
Posada hasn't been able to crack CJ's head-hands defense yet. CJ's in a really good stance. He looks a little bit more mature than Posada. Nice lefty underhook, taking ground. Angelo has to circle in hard on the edge. You can't get pushed out of bounds. So a stalling call when you just back out is like a half of a point, because the next call is a point.
Less than 20 seconds.
Posada kind of standing around, square stance, switching his leads. Doesn't look like he's looking to attack. Gonna have to do more than that.
Scoreless first period.
Iowa State taking a lot of neutrals when they get their choice. Okay, there's a decent attack, almost got countered. A lot of action.
Posada, a two-time state champion in California, before making his way to the farm. Carter, a two-time state runner-up in Iowa.
Carter just looks more physically mature than Posada. You can't tell from the scoreboard because there's no points being put up, but he's controlling the center better and controlling the hand fight.
One of note, CJ Carter, the junior, as we mentioned, but a true freshman in Angelo Posada. Coach Ayers talked about how the transition isn't the easiest.
No. They've done a great job developing their freshmen in the program. That first year from high school to college, you probably learned the most about college wrestling that very first year. And most of your growing pains are on the mat, on the bottom.
Uh, 45 seconds left in the second period. Still scoreless.
Angelo has that little cross, sort of low pick. Most of his shots are sort of like swinging shots where he's reaching for the leg. You can get extended in those positions. Neither one of these guys has really penetrated their opponent's defense. Posada gets a stalling call. I don't know if I all the way agree with that. He's not doing much more than the other guy.
Nevertheless, the first point in this one, just a 1-0 lead for Posada as we head to the third period.
Gonna cut him here.
Another one for Posada.
Now CJ, the pressure's on him now to get a takedown. Angelo's wrestling with the lead. Did a good job holding his ground, not getting pushed out of bounds. I would expect CJ to try to bring him underneath and bring him down to the mat. Just clears the position. haven't seen many shots from C.J. Carter. He looks like he's in position to shoot. He wants to shoot. He just hasn't done it.
1 minute left.
He could go. He could go. He's tentative. He keeps walking in with that underhook. You're not going to do anything with it. Wow. First shot. Maybe that's why he's not shooting.
Less than 20 seconds.
And just one stalling call. This was kind of a bizarre match right here.
Little less action in this one, but Posada wins by decision over Carter. A few more points for Stanford as they retake the lead, 18-15 over Iowa State. We have one more match in the books. It's all coming down to the wire here at Maples Pavilion.
I don't know which guy did less in that last match. Like, at least we get some action here with heavyweight.
Well, it all comes down to this. Number 3, Iowa State in town, taking on number 24, Stanford. The Cardinal lead 18-15 as we head into our heavyweight match.
A lot of pressure on the Stanford wrestler. He's got to keep this within a regular decision to give them a chance to win. If he just loses by decision, this could come down to criteria on who wins the duel, because it would be tied. But He's got a big test versus younger Bastida, the #1 guy in the nation. This guy should be the favorite to win a national title this year. He's a monster.
Jackson Mankowski, the redshirt sophomore out of Wisconsin for the Cardinal, and you said it, Roman. Younger Bastida, the senior, ranked #1 in the country out of Trinidad, Cuba. He's undefeated, 11-0 this season, 86-22 overall in his career. He's a monster.
Out of Trinidad, Cuba, and in the stands right here, Matt's side, we have Bruce Baumgartner, the greatest heavyweight in U.S. history. I know he's watching this match closely. I wonder if he thinks he could beat younger Bastida.
Today or in the prime?
No, right now. Oh, wow. He's so fast. He wrestles like a lightweight. He's got heavy. Look at those hips, though, all right? Mankowski with a stop there. Younger has heavy right hand. Oh, look at that snap. Heavy right hand underhook. He's a powerful man. That's a powerful man.
I mentioned earlier, Bastida trained with Echemendia in Cuba growing up. Echemendia getting the win by major decision earlier in the
Both of
141.
those guys are super strong. That underhook throw by, wow. Younger's got shots, he's got throw-bys, he's got front headlocks, he's got collar tie snaps.
Really marking his spot in Iowa State
Really
wrestling
hard to beat.
history. And that's a long history, 109 years of the program.
Oh yeah.
There's 3.
I seen Baumgartner sit up in his seat.
He's locked in.
Yeah, he is.
8 team national championships in history for Iowa State. Last one was in 1987.
Woo! Wow. Well, you got to remember, the great Dan Gable wrestled for Iowa State. The great Cale Sanderson wrestled for Iowa State. Bobby Douglas coached at Iowa State.
Dan Gable has some awards named after him, kind of a big deal. One of the Olympic gold medalists in Iowa State's history as well.
Oh, just gave that up.
Another 3. Anything greater than a by decision victory for Bastida would give the overall dual victory to the Cyclones.
Look at this. As quick as a cat for a heavyweight. Look at that. Drive through the position. He's trying to get a leg turkey on the edge there. He's looking for more. Mankowski, 1-5 on the season, so this is about the hardest assignment you could have.
#1 rank, intermat flow.
Look at that. Level change to an underhook to a body lock. Checks out the scoreboard. He's looking for a tech fall or a pin.
Sitting at 15-14. Still just in the first period, 10 seconds.
He's killing the clock right now. 15-4 with 1:14 of riding time.
A lot of action for younger Bastida with that 15-4 lead.
That was one period.
Just one period.
3 minutes.
You mentioned it, looking for that technical fall potentially.
Younger goes down here. I think this is interesting because obviously he doesn't have to go down in this position. He doesn't need the point. He's going down for practice. So he can practice getting away. Takedown wins it. Look at that level change and snap. Wow, too easy. He is good.
There's 3 more.
Baumgartner gave the golf clap to that. Give him a golf clap.
With the riding time, that's a technical fall for younger Bastida. He's now 12-0 on the season, gets the victory over Jackson Mankowski. And with that, Iowa State getting the W overall in this duel on the road, 20-18 over the Stanford Cardinal. They had a lot of changes in their lineup, but they fought through every single match today to get that W.
This was definitely a success for both teams. I think Stanford did a great job putting a good show on. What a crowd here today. The Valencia win was huge. That's probably the biggest win for the team from an individual match standpoint.
What stood out to you for younger Basita there, just right at the end for Iowa State?
Just such an elite athlete, so strong, so powerful, so graceful. He actually reminds me of Gable Stevenson from the Gophers, the Minnesota Gophers, the Olympic champion. The way he moves, the way he changes levels, the way he snaps. So athletic, so far ahead of the field, in my opinion.
5 individual match victories for the Cyclones, 3 for bonus points, and this is what their schedule looks like from here. They're on a 10-day road trip. They will kick off Big 12 competition against Arizona State on January 6th. It doesn't get that much easier from there. North Dakota State coming up after that, and then they'll finally head home for the Cyclone Open.
They really should be favorites in all of these duels going forward, so they should finish the season without another loss. Probably a lot of champions in the North Dakota State or in the Cyclone Open. Usually they set those things up so they have good matches, so they're nice and healthy going into the postseason. This team is going to be one to reckon with in the postseason, talking about the Cyclones.
Ranked number 3 in the coaches poll for a reason, and for Stanford, this was the home opener, a close one, just lost 20-18, but they will start ACC competition. They're going to host Duke on January 9th and then roll through a lot of other folks in the conference from there.
Yeah, the Cardinals, they just need to get healthy, get all of their studs back in the lineup, and they'll be back. They'll be back.
Well, this one didn't disappoint. A top 25 matchup here in Maples Pavilion. Again, Iowa State, the number 3 team, getting the victory 20-18 over number 24, Stanford. Thank you all for joining us. On behalf of our entire crew, my partner, Brahman Creighton, I'm Jenna Becerra saying so long from Stanford. Check back as the Duke Blue Devils come to visit the farm on January 9th, and we'll continue this fantastic wrestling season. Thanks, everyone.